So good evening, my lovely yogis. Just beginning lying down or seated, whatever feels right for your body today. And we'll just take a few moments just to feel into this space. Closing your eyes and just noticing through your body where you might be holding some tightness and tension or aches and pains you've had lately, and without reading into the story of them, just notice that they're there and maybe even talk to them. I know it sounds strange, but ask what they're trying to tell you. And you may already know the answer that perhaps sometimes we ignore or deny. Or maybe there is some sort of strange kind of light bulb moment where something comes up and you realise maybe something can shift or change and may alleviate things. The body has a wonderful way of responding to us, and we don't always listen initially. But it's always talking. It's always giving us little feedback, whether it's through our skin, our digestive system, skeletal structure and muscles. And the beauty of yin is that we can get quiet and still and really tune in and listen to that voice. Cultivating the witness and observing the inner part of ourselves. Enjoy just having a moment to see your energies ground into the earth. And sometimes it's quite nice if you feel open spiritually and you want to, with the grounding, you can open up your chakra channel and allow universal light to come in through your crown. It's actually what we do when we open up to Reiki energy or universal energy. And so as you practice, you can allow Reiki on yourself or just invite that beautiful universal field of light in. And there is a little mantra that I always say to myself whenever I do anything like that. It's give me love, light, healing, and protection. So you can say that in your mind with me again. Give me love, light, healing, and protection. And just notice what energies start to flow through you. Take a few more deep breaths. And whether you're seated or lying down, we're going to come into a seated position. And something that I'd like to do again, which I did in class earlier this week, is I'm trying myself to have 100 conscious breaths every single day. It takes about 10 minutes. So this evening, I'd like to just invite you to join in with 50 conscious breaths, being completely conscious throughout each one of those breaths. And it is a bit of a task because it means we've got to stay with it and be dedicated to following that whole process. The mind might wander off, it probably will, but just draw it back and keep going back to the number that you remember counting. So come into a Zazen position, seated meditation. We'll just rest our hands, and a little bit like what we do with mindfulness of breath, where we count, choose whether it's comfortable for you to count the in-breath or the out-breath, but we're going to go 1 to 50 and really stay present with the whole sensation from the beginning to the end of each breath. I'll put my little timer on just to see actually how long 50 breaths just take. So relax the eyes, relax your body, and we'll begin 50 conscious breaths. And don't feel like you need to rush. We're just going to enjoy this. Stay with it. The whole breath from nose through body down to belly and back again. Staying very present. So hopefully, if you've been at the same pace as I have, we've done 50 breaths. That was about 6 minutes actually. So 10 breaths, maybe just a little bit longer than a minute each. How did you feel? Did you stay conscious through those 50? Thumbs up if you did. That's good. Also notice how your kind of energy levels change. If you're anything like me, it gets to about 40 and I sort of slip into a bit of a lower level of vibration, or a higher level, I'm not quite sure. It just feels a little bit different. So notice if you enjoyed it, or whether it was tedious or boring, or whether actually you thought, okay, I'm getting into this. I probably could find the time, which would probably be about 10 or 12 minutes to actually do 100 breaths. So maybe I shall set you a challenge to see if you could do 10 breaths 10 times a day. But I think actually sort of doing them bigger chunks is a little bit nicer to really get into a very relaxed state. So thank you for joining me with that, because I think it's quite a powerful practice. We're going to come into dragonfly for our first pose. So if you're on cushions, just pop them aside and extend legs out. Anything we do this evening, just be very mindful of your body. And if you need to adjust, use props, please do. This is a lovely soft practice, and so the essence is to be gentle on ourselves and our body. So relaxing feet and ankles, softening through the legs, and let's just lean into this. Enjoying the stretch that you feel. You want to feel a stretch. It's not quite restorative yoga, but very passive here. Deep breaths. And if you want to carry on that counting, being really conscious of your breath, please do. It's a wonderful thing to add to your yin poses. Relaxing legs and feet. And if you can, let the head become heavy. And if it feels safe and there isn't too much discomfort, relax the neck. Whatever you're feeling, you can explore asking your body what it's related to. Enjoying the breath in the belly, the chest and the back. Wonderful pose for liver and kidney and spleen. And you can also draw the chakra colours into your practice as you work through your body. Red for root, orange for sacral, yellow for solar plexus, green or pink for heart energy, a lovely pale blue for your throat, neck, indigo for your third eye, and violet or white around your crown. They are third dimensional colours. If you want to work with the fifth dimensional energy colours for chakras, you can tune into a platinum at your root, magenta at sacral, a golden rainbow colour at solar plexus, pure white at your heart, royal blue around your throat and neck, and then crystal resonates with the third eye and your crown. Notice if these different higher dimensional colours fit a bit better with you. So as we just take a few breaths here, just notice if you've softened into your pose, what you're still feeling through your stretch. And with one deep breath, we'll just gently come out. Notice if there was a feeling of surrender into that pose, whether it was difficult. Let's find neutral. Nice and slowly let the spine roll down, gentle with the head and neck. And just release with a nice noisy sigh. Deep breath in, let go. It helps to clear the throat chakra when we make noise or vocalize ourselves, which is very much linked with our neck and any tension we might hold there. Tune into a royal blue. And just notice how long it takes you to really relax here. And obviously sort of the neck and upper part is all part of the whole spine. So noticing if there's anything out of alignment, not just physically, even from the root base of the spine, but emotionally, mentally, metaphysically in terms of our chakras. If some of our chakra energy is out of balance, it can really affect other ones. For instance, if sacral is out of sync because of an emotional upset, then it can affect our heart and our throat with expressing it. It might affect our third eye because we're internalizing it and we're really overthinking things. So there's so many ways our whole body system can be thrown out with certain life situations. So when you're ready, let's hug our knees in, have a nice little rock. Take some time to massage your back and spine. And you can take a moment to ask yourself what you need, what does your body need? And we're going to come up into, next one is puppy, so melting heart, lovely heart opener. This, because with first pose with dragonfly we came forward with the lower spine, this one just brings a little bit of a curve into the lower lumbar part of the body. So it's hips are over the knees. We're just going to bring the body down. If you want a little cushion sort of under the belly and a little bit of the chest, you can do. Allow the arms just to stretch out. And also this, because we are active through the arms, this works the heart and lungs and the large and small intestine. Again, if this aggravates anybody, please come out of it. What you can do, let me just show you a sort of a milder alternative. If puppy is a little bit too much, then you can maybe use a bolster or a block just to bring the body down. So just see what feels right. There's nothing right or wrong with your yoga practice. It's what needs to work in the moment. Deep breaths. We won't hold this the whole 5 minutes. It's very intense around the shoulders. Try and relax the face against the mat and the neck.
And as you kind of release the abdominal muscles, breathing deeply into belly, feel the lower back. How does this pose make you feel? It's a very surrendering pose, almost like we're bowing down, serving. How can we serve? Relaxing your buttocks and thighs, feeling that stretch around the ribs. And we'll take one more deep breath here. Gently lifting up the head, walking the arms back. So just about 3 minutes in that one. Didn't want to do the whole length of time. It can feel quite intense, but just really enjoy the feeling that you get afterwards as we lie down. It might really feel like it's kind of opened up around your chest and your lungs a little bit. Nice sigh. Whenever you take Shavasana, this neutral spine pose, just check through everywhere. Start from head to toe. Notice the temperature difference in areas where the chi might be shifting. And just notice how this Shavasana feels different from after dragonfly. Maybe the airways feel a little bit clearer as we breathe, that ability to take in life. So when you're ready, just hug in again. The next couple of poses are open wing. So this involves a lovely stretch through the arm and shoulder. A lot of yin poses are very leg-based, so I really enjoyed bringing in the arm poses. So I'm going to turn onto my belly and we're going to extend the left arm first, okay? And literally we lie down with the arm out sort of level with the shoulder, and then we kind of roll back towards that arm. Again, any issues with shoulders, arms that can be a bit uneven, be very gentle. So extend left arm out and then just roll back towards it. If you want a little pillow or something for your head, that might be quite nice. Take a moment just to shuffle into this pose. And then just place your legs wherever it feels comfortable. You might have one leg straight and then the other one bent. There's no right or wrong. And don't roll too far back if it really is aggravating anything in that shoulder joint. Try and relax your fingers and your wrist. And also through the lower part of your body that we're not really targeting.
Just try and relax your buttocks and your legs. Very much works with the heart and lung meridians that run on the inner part of our arms, the yin channels. Try and relax your belly and breathe evenly. Notice if there is any resistance emotionally for you here in this particular pose. Is it easy to soften into it? Or is it taking a while? Keep checking through your body for any part that you can relax. Might be your right shoulder and right arm. How does it feel now? Is it really softening? You feel the stretch working? Let's take a few more breaths. Gently, when you're ready, just very slowly roll out of this pose. We'll come into neutral spine on our back. I really enjoyed that this evening. There's sometimes when that pose feels quite strange, but that felt really lovely. Hope you enjoyed that too. As we lie down, just really tune into how your left arm and your right arm feel, the real difference, perhaps around the palm, the heel of the hand, the wrists. Notice if you can feel any tingling down the edge of your fingers and certain fingertips. Perhaps the little finger. Relax your spine. And perhaps the sensations are really fading now. So draw knees in. We're going to come into the other side where we extend the right arm. Have a moment, just enjoy a nice rock on your back. And having that kind of open curiosity as to how, I wonder if this side will feel the same, or whether it's going to feel completely different. I'm going to use a little pillow for the head and come into the other side. I'll just swap sides so I can still see you. We're going to extend the right arm out. Take a few moments just to
get into this pose. It's always worth having a few moments to fidget. Get comfortable with how your left arm's going to be placed, where your legs are going to be placed. And then just enjoying feeling that really probably quite a strange sensation. We don't take our arms back in this position much in the day. They're always forward. Try and relax your wrist and hand and fingers. And even though, again, we're focusing on the arm, relax your buttocks and back as much as you can. And your head and your neck. And just follow your breath. Enjoy the softening, the easing into this pose. Our arms are very linked with how we take in life. They literally are the means to which we do many things in our life. Hands, fingers are the details of life. Keep relaxing. And just checking in with how you feel about this pose. Do you like it? So very gently, let's take a nice breath. Did about 4 minutes in either side with this pose. Really slowly, gently coming out in whatever way feels right for you. Enjoying that feeling now that you get through the right arm. Perhaps your whole shoulder feels like it's buzzing a little bit, feels fresh. Still notice the left arm if there are any kind of remnants of feelings or coolness that you notice. And just witness your thoughts. What comes to mind as you're lying here? So just when you're ready, right knee, left knee, little rock. Coming up for heart bench next. And I love this pose because it is lovely for heart center, but also very much for opening through the chest, shoulders, arms as well. 2 blocks, one long ways, sort of placed behind the heart energy, heart center, and then just the top one just to rest the head on. Take your time coming down. It always takes me a moment to fidget with where it is best placed. And it always does feel a little bit strange to begin with. But it's quite amazing how we do eventually soften into this, and it feels like it's kind of moulded into the skin, into the body. Okay. If you need to adjust it gently, please do. How does it feel? If any of these poses feel really quite unbearable, you must come out. It's okay if it feels a little bit strange, because usually we soften into it, given the time. We can take deep breaths here. The chest is lovely and open. And as you relax, the chin may just tuck in a little bit more as you lengthen through the neck. Relax the jaw and your cheeks. Just let all the muscles around the eyes soften. Focus on lovely deep breaths into the belly and chest. And again, you can count the breath, follow the breath in a very conscious way. You can start at 51, going upwards if you want to, and just see how far you want to go. Keep relaxing wherever you can, wherever you find tension. So as we lie in this position, you can draw awareness to your heart center and maybe draw the pure white light of the 5th dimensional colour for heart chakra here. Like it's a big, beautiful, bright beam, like a torch. You have that ability to beam that light out to whoever and wherever and whenever you want to. When we think about energy, it goes beyond space and time, so you can radiate out pure white light to the past, to the future, people with us, people who are not. Just check in with how you're feeling. Your mind-body connection. Let's take a lovely deep breath. And really slowly, using your arms to control how you lift away from your blocks. Gently engaging belly just to lift up. And just pop them aside. Come down. Oh, enjoy it. How does that feel? Sometimes I lie down after that pose and it feels like I've got a new back. It really does something. Check in with yourself. How does it feel? What do you feel? Where do you feel it? What's shifted this evening? Physically, mentally, emotionally? For the next pose, I'm going to give you yogi's choice. Every now and then I do like to throw that in for you so that you can decide based on how you're feeling in this very moment what you feel your body needs, whether it's to raise the legs, maybe you want to stretch through the back, come into a little ball, turtle. You might feel that you need to stretch the sides of your body like banana. Or maybe supported bridge, lift the body. Have a few moments just to contemplate how you think your physical vessel needs to just enjoy one last pose. So draw the legs in, have a moment to rock. Sometimes given choice, it can be ever so confusing, you don't really know. But it does hone our, the gift of being able to decide. We tune into what body might be saying to us. So raise the legs, little ball, stretch the sides. Any pose that you really particularly enjoy, even if it's one that we've already done, that you want to revisit. I'm going to come into turtle, but please choose your own. And we'll just have a few minutes wherever we want to be. The pose you choose might reflect how you're feeling as well. Nice deep breaths, just relaxing wherever you can. And if you feel like you want to change poses because you've decided actually you want something else, again, please do. Just asking your body why you've chosen this particular pose. Is it a benefit that you always know that you feel in a physical way? Perhaps it's just lovely for your mind. And any way that you want to adapt it, modify it, please just shift. How does your breathing feel? We'll take one more breath here. Gently lifting up. If you can, just come into neutral one last time before we relax, just to feel out of that pose. And just, again, tune into how your body feels having made that choice. Was it a pose you chose that was very nourishing for your body or challenging? I think often we'll choose a pose that feels good. So we'll come into relaxation now. If you want to stay lying down, you can pop a blanket over you. But if you want to come up to seated, just take a moment to have a nice roll and come up. I always like my meditation cushion and a little blanket around my shoulders. Even if it's warm, it feels cosy. I like to imagine that a blanket's like my angel's wings, my guardian angel. And I can just wrap the wings around me. Silly little things that I like to think about. I'm going to take a card as well. Now and then I'm really drawn to just be open to what's going to be given. Trust in whatever message comes. And I like to take one with my eyes closed sometimes. Okay. Acacia is the one that we have drawn this evening. So just be open to see if this resonates with you. You are a spiritual teacher. You have the ability to counsel others and help them awaken their spiritual gifts and divine life mission. You have already helped many people by giving them guidance, advice, and messages. You have a natural gift for delivering just the right words, along with a healthy dose of comfort and inspiration. Now we urge you to be available for even more people. Your heart will tell you whether your teaching work will consist of writing, speaking, giving workshops or counselling. Or you may be guided to spontaneously help people whom you meet at the store or school or at work. Please know that you are absolutely qualified and that we angels back you up with our supportive energy and loving words. This is your divine life purpose. Ask us to help you with your teaching work, and we will do everything that we can. That's a lovely one. I will take that one myself this evening and hope it also resonates with you. Have a few moments just to take that on board. You might come across somebody tomorrow as you're walking past them or at the checkout, and something you say will just land with them and be the best gift that day. So as you lie there, there's no need to move just yet. Just have a moment to reflect on something that maybe somebody said to you years and years ago that has stayed with you and has just really benefited you positively in some way. Could have been a fleeting comment, but it made such an impact on you and you've never forgotten it. Maybe there isn't just one, maybe you've got quite a few little comments of wisdom or pearls of wisdom that you can draw on. And just know that maybe that person just literally said what was in their mind at the time and may never entirely know how powerful that was for you. So just sort of putting that little card that we had into a reverse in that how we have received pearls of wisdom that have affected us in life. So have a few moments now just to take some deep breaths. Feel the breath come into the body. Make that another conscious count for yourself, and maybe you'd like to carry that on into the evening. And wiggling fingers and toes. And just noticing how good you're feeling. Hopefully relief physically, but if not physically, then certainly mentally and emotionally. And then hugging knees in if you're lying down. One at a time, be slow, take the yin energy throughout the rest of your evening. And just have a moment to reflect back on what you liked about yourself through that practice. Maybe it was a certain way your body felt in one of the poses, and just acknowledge that like that you have within. When you're ready, join me coming into seated. And then we can bring hands to heart. Om Shanti. Namaste.